What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video where I walk through some of the things that I have been making. In this case, sewing, upcycling, and embroidering over the last couple of months. Welcome to my craft table. So the biggest project of the last few months, get it? So, the biggest project of mine over the last couple of months is this linen dress. I made it out of a really nice pastel pink linen I got from Reverse Garbage, which is a secondhand store where designers and just people with too much fabric bring them in, and then you get to buy these secondhand fabrics for really cheap. So the fabric was, I think, $4 a meter, and I used about 1.5 meters, 2 meters for this dress. The pattern that I used is actually a free pattern from Peppermint magazine, who come out with a new clothing pattern every season? No. Yes. 4 times a year. I added little wooden buttons because I've been seeing a lot of clothing in stores lately when I've been window shopping and checking out what's popular. I've been seeing a lot of linen and wood together in stores, kind of like Reformation style. The dress has princess seams, which I have never done before, and found so frustrating to do without a tailor's hand that I went and bought one after having that experience. Trying to iron out a princess seam on a flat ironing board is a nightmare. And I also had to make a facing as well. So this is all like properly, professionally done. The pattern was supposed to be easy. It was not that easy. Like, okay, I've been sewing for many years and I found the pattern, look, I'm not used to using patterns. I've only just started using them in the past year, but I found this quite tricky to follow. A lot of the instructions towards the end were not very clear. They just kind of forgot some steps, so I had to write those in. But for a free pattern, I did manage to make a functional dress, but I would not recommend it for beginners. Not at all. Only someone who's maybe like put together dresses before, who knows what they're doing when it comes to facings and buttons and princess seams, should probably be making this project. But anyway, it is super cute, and it's also, not only is it a great summer dress, it's currently summer where I live, Sydney, Australia, but it'll also be really good to layer over things because I used I purposely used this nice plain pink fabric so I could layer it over t-shirts and long sleeve shirts, things like that, when the weather does get colder. After I did that challenge a couple of months ago where I wore only handmade stuff, I decided I needed to make more plain things, and I have definitely been wearing them a lot more, so it was a good decision. Oh my god, I almost forgot. So I did something really silly with this dress. I decided I wanted to try and put in pockets, which the pockets weren't in the original design, but I love pockets, and more women's clothing needs pockets. So I decided, okay, I'll put some pockets in. So what I did, I traced around my hands, that's how you make a pocket pattern, and I put them, you know, the height where pockets go, sewed them into the dress, sewed up the side seam, and then realized I couldn't get my hand in. So that was a fail. I realized that what I did, the problem was that I didn't add a seam allowance when I traced around my hand. I literally just traced around my hand, forgot to add a seam allowance, so the pocket is now smaller than my hand because I sewed a seam around it. So they're not very useful. But then I did decide it is actually the perfect size for a mobile phone. And because the pocket is so tight, it won't fall out. It actually does pull on the dress a lot. I think there was a reason that pockets weren't in this design, because it just pulls the fabric that way. But it is an okay size for like credit cards or something like that won't pull the dress down. So I decided that it's a credit card pocket. It's hard to get them out. I mean, it's difficult for pickpockets or yourself to take them out, so that's useful, I guess. The next thing that I made out of the exact same fabric, because this fabric is just too good. I did the belt up too tight there because I'm not wearing them and that's too complicated. You get the idea. I made these shorts using a pattern that I got from Cocowawa Patterns, which is an indie pattern company. The pattern is the cherry culottes? I don't even know how to say that word. They can either be made in short length or a longer length to make them kind of like 3/4 pants. But I added a belt to mine. That's not on the pattern, but adding a belt was really easy. I didn't actually do belt loops, but it doesn't really seem to matter, but I probably should. But all I did was cut out a strip of fabric and then I folded it in half lengthways and made it into a long tube. I finished the ends of the tube and then basically sewed it on with just a line here to attach it to the shorts, and it works really fine for me. It also has so many pockets. Ready? We got side pocket, another side pocket on the other side, and 2 back pockets, because the major problem with women's clothing is that there is not enough pockets, and even when there are pockets, they're always fake. Cut that out! Anyway. They don't look very good on the hanger, but they are really, really cute shorts. I did kind of like a little mini make thrift buy with these. I saw these ones at Country Road, and so I made my own. I like how they're kind of like a bit wider and flowy though. It works really well with a cute crop top or a t-shirt that goes just over the top of the shorts. I love them. Another project I worked on in the last couple of months is berets. Now, I did make a beret tutorial about a year ago, but I wanted to improve on that. Now, I mean, I just know more than sewing than I did a year. More than sewing. I just know more about sewing than I did a year ago. So what I did, instead of elasticating the inside part that goes on your head, I added a little strip of fabric instead, and I also experimented with different types of fabric. I used, this is kind of like a suede. It's not too thick, not too thin, but I also used interfacing, which was actually just a piece of cotton fabric sewn on. It wasn't iron-on interfacing or anything because I didn't have any at the time, but I used that to kind of keep the shape of this main beret part as well. So I might do a little updated tutorial on berets soon, because this did work a little bit better than the one where it was just elasticated. I guess if you really wanted to stop it from coming off your head, you could like, oh, okay, it doesn't work too well because I've got buns in my hair right now, but you get the idea. If you super wanted to make it stay on your head, you could make this into a tube and put elastic in there as well. I really like this yellow mustard one. I've been wearing it a lot. If I ever have an outfit that has orange or yellow in it, I put this on and it really ties the outfit together. I also did try and make another one out of this, I think it was an old IKEA pillowcase that I picked up secondhand. It's like a heavy corduroy fabric, and I think that it was just a little bit too thick. I also decided to use interfacing on this, which it totally didn't need. I mean, it just does not work as well. It's okay, but it feels really heavy and gonna fall off really easily. The buns in my hair kind of hold it in place actually. Yeah, so sadly this one didn't work out as well. I think I'm going to deconstruct it and then use this pink corduroy for like a cute wallet or a purse or something, because it is really nice. But yeah, they were my experimentations, and the medium weight fabric definitely worked a lot better than the heavier weight fabric. Now I know, and I can make more like this in different colors. I really do want to make a pink beret because I do not yet have one, and a red color, and a green one. I want berets in all the colors of the rainbow. By the way, when I first released my beret video, pretty much all the comments on it were, oh, Anna, you didn't pronounce it properly. It's beret. Oh, it's beret where I come from. Oh, it's beru here. People have accents, and where I'm from, we pronounce it beret. So if you pronounce it some different way, don't leave a mean comment in the comments. I'm sick of those. I'm feeling a bit sensitive today. I have bad PMS, so you don't mess with me. Okay, so this is an upcycle that I'm quite proud of. And honestly, it was a really simple upcycle, but it made all the difference. I got this dress from a vintage store called Swat. I just love the fabric, but it was a bit too tight around my bust, which was so sad. If you wear dresses, sometimes you can get them zipped up to about where your bra strap is, and then it just doesn't go any higher. If it does, it gives you pancake boobs. That's what was happening with this dress. I decided to get it anyway and then make some modifications. Now, I usually have a rule that if I find something at a thrift or a vintage store and it doesn't fit, then I just put it down and walk away, because my pile of clothes that need fixing, I'm eyeing it right now. It is much too big. You all know that. You have seen the Style Pile series. Anyway, I just did this a couple of days ago. And I haven't ironed it yet. So I'm about to go do that before I wear it. The back went straight across here. like where the straps begin, it just went straight across. And so all I did was I unzipped the zip to where basically it stopped strangling me. And then basically all I did was flip in the edges here, making this kind of triangle shape. And then I sewed a new seam along here and then cut off the excess with some pinking shears so it doesn't fray. And it turned out really, really nicely. Okay, there are the projects that I have finished and not done a tutorial on, but here are some things that are half finished. So this is actually what is currently on my work table, literally. So the last few months I have been slowly working on this embroidery piece. It's eventually going to be turned into a cute little coin purse. I lost the instructions of how to do it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. It came from this kit from Use a Wire craft store. I've vlogged about that amazing craft store if you want to go watch it. But yeah, it has this little like purse thingy, clasp, closure. So I'm going to eventually cut this into a purse pattern. I'm gonna line it with this floral fabric. All of this all just came in a kit, so it gave you like the right amount of threads that you needed. It gave you a pattern for how to do the flowers, which I strayed from very quickly and just did my own flowers. But yeah, it's gonna be really cute when it's done. It's just gonna be a cute little embroidered coin purse. I'm also partway through making yet another fanny pack. Yet another? I mean, I've only made one before. Why do I feel like I'm the fanny pack girl? Anyway, I made this floral one a couple of months ago, which I have been wearing with so many outfits, but it only really goes with like outfits that have the color of the flowers in them. So like pink and purpley sort of outfits go best. So this one is going to be on the outside, it's going to be yellow and gingham, like these colors. But on the inside, it's going to be a secret party on the inside with this balloon fabric that was actually sent to me by a fan and friend of the channel. Thank you very much. This balloon party fabric is being put to good use. These fanny packs do take a while to put together, so I've been putting off constructing it more than this. Hopefully by the time I do another one of these videos, it will be finished. And lastly, here's something that is quite literally on my craft table. I will show you in a second. I am using the Simplicity 8186 D5? Is that part of the pattern number? I don't know what that is about. But I'm making this floral slip dress in a purpley pinky floral fabric. I've got my fabric ironed currently and I just need to cut out the pattern pieces. That's really what's stopping me at the moment. My craft table is being very much taken up by this and I am not moving the fabric until I cut it out. I am being firm with myself. I have to actually get this thing started and not just half-formed and not just be a half-formed idea in my head. It's gonna be really cute having this dress in this pastel lilac fabric though. I'm really excited. So hopefully I actually finish it before summer's over. So that's what is currently on my craft table. I hope that you have all had a really nice holiday season. What are your sewing plans for the new year? Let me know down below. I love hearing what crafty projects all of you are up to. Thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon and Ko-fi for making this video possible. To support these videos so that I can keep on making them, go to ko-fi.com/AnnikaVictoria for a one-off donation, or to support me on a continual basis, go to patreon.com/AnnikaVictoria. Even if you can only give $1 a month, that is extremely helpful to ensure this channel keeps running.